Each year during Lent, many parishes participate in the CRS Operation Rice Bowl collection, which supports their mission around the world and locally. Do you ever wonder if your donation really makes a difference? Carolee McGrath brings us the story of Deacon Bill Brawner, a CRS Global Fellow who wrote an ebook, Walking with Cheetahs. In it, he describes the real and personal impact of those rice bowls.
Deacon Bill Brawner serves at Mass on a recent Sunday at St. Francis of Assisi Parish in Belchertown. He has devoted his life to witnessing to the love of Jesus and serving the church. And he doesn't take his vocation lightly. When Jesus said, "Go out into the world and spread the good news," Deacon Bill, well, did just that. Last winter, he traveled to Zambia as a Catholic Relief Services Global Fellow. His mission is to commit to speaking about CRS, which provides assistance to the poor in more than 100 countries around the world. He says his trip was eye-opening.
A shopping mall consists of some huts. They don't have computers. They don't have all of the tech stuff that we are used to having, that is just a matter of course. More importantly, you've got nice clean hair. That's because we've got running water and soap. They don't have running water. They barely have a roof over their heads, and the kids that we serve through CRS, through their donations, they don't even have a roof.
CRS is the official overseas relief agency of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. Their overseas programs include agriculture projects to help farmers, water and sanitation projects, microfinance, and nutritional programs for mothers and children.
So they're bringing in mothers and their children, and they're feeding the children and the mothers nutritional food, but they're teaching the mothers how to cook nchima in a positive way, with maybe raising a chicken so that you have eggs, or planting peanuts, or something, and understanding how fruit works into the system. They have guava all over the place, but if you don't know how to incorporate it in your meals, then you're at a loss.
Deacon Bill wrote the book Walking with Cheetahs, which documented his trip to Zambia and the life-saving work CRS is involved in. And yes, he walked with cheetahs on the last day of his trip.
Yes, indeed.
Your faith was never stronger.
Never stronger. Your prayers were never stronger. I love it. There are a couple of reasonably tame cheetahs that we are instructed on how to approach them. And as you can see from the video, I did pet one, and I did walk with them. That was just an extra bonus to the trip.
Were you praying when you were walking with that cheetah? How was your faith life at that moment?
My faith life was fine once I had been told what not to do, how not to scare him. I just said, "Thank you, Lord, and please keep him on the path."
Deacon Bill's role now is to go to parishes in our diocese and all across the country to explain the very important work that Catholic Relief Services does, and to also explain that those rice bowl collections are actually transforming lives. Each Lent, more than 14,000 parishes and schools across the U.S. participate in the CRS Rice Bowl collection. It's a cardboard box that you can fill up with spare change during the 40 days.
The woman that we spoke with, who was in the rice bowl packets this past year, was just so thankful to CRS because her son is now healthy. He's not sick anymore, and that just makes her so happy, and she's blessed. And again, that's what our church is doing overseas.
Since CRS began the Rice Bowl collection, more than $250 million has been raised for both overseas and local programs to combat poverty. Deacon Bill hopes people understand just how God uses their generosity.
Why should I care about kids overseas when there's enough kids here who need a lot of help?
Charity does start at home, as well it should, but it can't stay here. Jesus calls on us to make disciples of everyone and to treat everyone as if they are our brother and sister, which they are. Whether they are Christian or not, they are all God's children. We are all God's children.
And he says we're all called to serve. Reporting for Reel to Reel from Belchertown, I'm Carolee McGrath.
And if you would like an electronic copy of Walking with Cheetahs, we have information on our website at iobserve.org.